说文解字记汉字 Hello, welcome to Mandarin with Yan Yan. In this series of videos, I'll break up the patterns of Mandarin characters for you and help you build up characters and vocabularies. Chinese characters first emerged on tortoise shells in the 16th to 11th century BC in the Shang dynasty. Over the years, they evolve as the language evolves, but we can always trace their roots. The first book systematically analyzing Mandarin characters is 说文解字, a book written in the 2nd century in the Eastern Han dynasty. This series of videos is named after this book. There are many patterns behind Chinese characters. If you don't know them, the characters could be a burden to you because there are so many of them. In this series of videos, I'll break up the patterns for you and hope you having fun learning characters. In today's video, you'll learn the character 口 and 4 categories of characters with 口 as radical. 口 科偶口 This is the oracle bone script for 口. Ancient people inscribed what they saw on tortoise shells. It looks like a mouth widely open with 2 mouth corners. Over the years, the mouth corners have been erased. The basic meaning for 口 is mouth or things related to mouth. 口腔 qi ang 腔 口腔 That's a medical word for mouth. 口腔医院 Hospital specialized in dental or oral treatment. 口才思癌才口才 The ability to speak eloquently. Then, the meaning of 口 extended to the entrance or exit of something. For example, 港口歌昂港港口 Seaport It's where goods enters or leave a region. 口岸岸口岸 Port Usually it's a port on the borders of 2 countries.
China borders with 14 countries. There are various 口岸 on the borders. 图门口岸 is the port between China and North Korea. 绥芬河口岸 between China and Russia. 满洲里口岸 again between China and Russia. 甘旗毛都口岸 between China and Mongolia. 霍尔果斯口岸 between China and Kazakhstan. 红旗拉福口岸 between China and Pakistan. 瑞丽口岸 between China and Myanmar. 河口口岸 between China and Vietnam. There are also 口岸 between China and its special administrative regions, Hong Kong and Macau. 福田口岸 It's in Shenzhen. It's the port between mainland China and Hong Kong. 横琴口岸 It's in Zhuhai. It's the port between mainland China and Macau. 义乌铁路口岸 Yiwu is not a city on the border. Why does it have a 口岸? Notice there is a train with China Railway Express on it. Yiwu is one of the terminals on the railway between China and Europe. Goods are cleared here and shipped all the way to Europe. So it's a 货物口岸. a port for goods, not for human. For the same reason, there is also a 重庆铁路口岸. In Mandarin, we have two important words in economics. 进口,出口. 进,机印进 enter. 进口 goods entering a port. That's import. 出吃无出 exit. 出口 export.
口 can also mean a pass. You all know the Great Wall in northern China. It's more than 10,000 miles long. It was the border between ancient China and nomadic tribes. There were many entrances along the Great Wall, just like today's ports. They were fortified and we call it pass. 关口 Go on 关 also means a pass. 关口 If you go hiking the Great Wall, you'll find many sections of the Great Wall named after the pass. Some is named 关, some is named 口. For example, 居庸关长城, 古北口长城. 古北口, one of my favorite sections of the Great Wall, there was a pass there called 古北口. 张家口, it's a city in northern China. The 2022 Beijing Winter Olympic Games will be held there. In ancient China, it was a very important pass. 口 is also a radical in Chinese characters. We call it 口部. 部 here means 部首. 口是一个部首. There are four categories of characters with 口 as radical. Number 1, organs related to mouth. For example, 喉咙, 喝偶喉, 了翁龙, 喉咙. Throat, 喉咙.
Let's look at these two characters. Both have 口 as radical. Both have two parts. The left part 口 is related to their meaning, throat. We call it 行部. The right part is related to their pronunciation. 喉 is pronounced as 喝偶喉. 龙 is pronounced as 了翁龙. We call the right part 声部. A large portion of characters are composed of 形部 and 声部. We call them 形声字. Another related character is 咽. 咽. 咽 refers to the tubes behind the nasal and oral cavities. The part in the throat is called 咽喉. 咽喉 is equivalent to 喉咙. 咽喉 is more formal and 喉咙 is used more often in oral conversation.
我的喉咙有点痛. Number 2, actions related to eating. 吃 eat. 吃饭 eating rice. 咬 咬 bite 咬一口. 吞 吞 swallow.
吞 The radical 口 is not on the left side of the character, but on the bottom. Most 部首 is on the left side of the character, but it could be in any position, top, bottom, left, or right. Another character with similar meaning is 咽. 咽, swallow. Do you still remember this character? We just talked about it. 咽喉, throat. When it's a noun, it's pronounced as 咽, the first tone. When it's a verb, swallow, it's pronounced as 咽, the fourth tone.
狼吞虎咽 devour. Eat and swallow like tigers and wolves.
The opposite character for 吞 is 吐, spit. This character has two pronunciations. When it's an active action, which means someone do it on purpose, it's pronounced as 吐, the third tone. 特无吐, 吐痰. When it's a passive action, which means something happened without control, it's pronounced as 吐, the fourth tone. 特误吐, 吐血, throw up blood. Ew, it's gross, I'm gonna vomit. 我要吐了. 孕吐. When a woman is pregnant, sometimes she vomits, and it's not controllable, so it's 吐, 孕吐, the fourth tone. 港口吞吐量. We learned the word 港口 earlier, seaport. And this phrase means the throughput of a port. It compares a port to a mouth, and the goods handled are compared to being swallowed and spit out. For example, these are two latest news as of March 2021. 全国10大港口货物吞吐量排名，宁波港超越上海港位居榜首。全球前20大货物吞吐量港口排名出炉，中国港口占据15个席位。
Number 3. Actions using mouth, lips, or throat. 吻 吻 吻 kiss 唱吃昂唱唱 sing 唱歌叫激傲叫叫 scream 问问 question 提问特意提问提问 Ask a question. When you ask a question, you use your mouth, at least in ancient times. Nowadays, you can ask a question online. 咨询西云寻咨询 Consult. When you consult on something, you have to ask someone. You have to use your mouth. 呼呼 Exhale. 吸 Inhale. 呼吸 together make a word and that means breathe. Number 4. Words imitating the sound made by actions related to mouth. For example, 吸吸吸一吸吸吸 the sound of laughing. 呵啊哈哈哈
Ha ha is also the sound of laughing. In English, you type this in text message, and in Mandarin, we type this.
嘻嘻哈哈 laughing and joking.
Hip hop in Mandarin is translated as 嘻哈.
That's all for today. Let's have a quick review of the characters we learned in today's video.
First, we learned 3 meanings of 口. The basic meaning of 口 is mouth. 口腔, 口才. 口 is an entrance of body, so the meaning of 口 is extended to the entrance of something. Port, 口岸, 港口, 进口, 出口. Ancient fortified port in the Great Wall region was called 关口. Then we learned 4 categories of characters with 口 as radical. Organs related to 口: 喉, 聋, 咽. Characters related to eating: 吃, 咬, 吞, 吐, 咽. 港口吞吐量. Characters related to actions using mouth, lips, or throat: 吻, 唱, 叫, 问, 滋, 呼, 吸. Characters imitating the sound made by mouth: 嘻, 哈. There are other characters with 口 as radical, but most of them will fall in these 4 categories.
Thanks for watching. I'm Yan Yan. I'll see you next time.